Live from KSAT 12, Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Well, the San Antonio Marathon kicks off this evening. How this could impact your traffic route if you're in the area.
And it's something we've been talking about all week. We're talking about holiday scams, a look at what holiday scams are trending and which ones are used the most and what you need to look out for. Plus,
first of all, I'd like to share that the information about to be released will be difficult for some families and those impacted by the flood to hear. We want to caution the public that what you will hear on these calls is distressing. Some callers did not survive.
Well, the Kerrville Police Department will be releasing the 911 calls from the catastrophic July 4th floods in the Hill Country. In a video posted on Facebook, Kerrville Police Chief Chris McCall warning the public that this entails what it entails, and should you come across any of the more than 400 calls they took in the early morning hours of that day. And this morning, we are still waiting on the release of those calls, and KSAT Zaria Oates has been in Kerrville this morning working to learn more.
Oh, that's right. She was with us earlier this morning on Good Morning San Antonio. 8 media outlets, including KSAT 12, filed open records requests for the release of these calls. The Kerrville Police Department said that each call was reviewed in regard to caller privacy and legal compliance. Now, we want to make it clear to everyone out there that our efforts in requesting these calls is to better understand the call volume, the needs of the people calling, and the response available and deployed at the time of the disaster.
And once we do receive these records, we at KSAT will go through them diligently and with respect to the families impacted. So we're going to keep you updated when they come through on air and online, and also our website, ksat.com.
All right, giving you a look at live cam again, starting our 9 o'clock hour, and a little bit of clouds out there, Justin, but a lot of folks getting ready for the 5K tonight, and of course, big marathon weekend.
Yeah, so much going on, right? And we're going to get some good weather. I know it does not seem like it right now, but we will. These clouds will eventually get out of here. And in fact, the rain has pretty much come to an end now. So we had some light showers this morning off and on. Those have now pushed south and dissipated. So we're just left with this thick deck of high clouds, which will be with us for most of the day. As we go outside for you right now, 46. It has not warmed up much. 45 New Braunfels, 46 right now in Converse, 41 in Bernie, 47 over there at Stinson. And there's the satellite pictures, so we're still pretty socked in. There have been some patches where the sun has tried to pop out. We'll see that from time to time today, but more clouds than sun, at least for your Friday. And you see the showers have pushed a little closer to the coast now, so I think we're pretty much done with any sort of spotty light showers. Cloudy skies, temperatures right around 50 by noontime, 54 at 3 o'clock, and a high temperature today close to 55 this afternoon. Again, it warms up in a big way this weekend. We'll show you the updated numbers, and we look ahead to next week. Will we see any rain? Can we finish the year on a good note? We'll talk about it coming up in just a couple minutes.
All right, taking a look at your traffic authority, and things have been pretty good on this Friday morning. I don't know if all our folks are saving their energy for marathon weekend. Obviously, we had the 5K taking place downtown. Those are some shots of our north side cameras, Summit Church Road. Good morning to all of our folks over there, Stone Oak area. Just a reminder again, that 5K starts at 7 o'clock. It's going to be the downtown area. Start and finish is going to be at Hemisphere, but it's going to take you through parts of Market Square, the parts of Houston Street, Travis, Broadway, and then all the way back to the shops at River Center. So a lot of fun, but be careful with some of these road closures there. Starting at 7 o'clock tonight, the 5K.
Yeah, we definitely will. We'll get there early.
Yes, for sure.
Well, and your top stories this morning, we are expecting more new information today from the family of Texas A&M student Brianna Aguilera. Now, she fell from a 17-story apartment balcony in Austin on Friday night into Saturday morning.
Attorneys for Brianna's parents are scheduled to have a press conference later on today at 1 o'clock in downtown Houston. KSAT has been on top of this story since Monday when Brianna's mom told us directly that Austin police were initially refusing to investigate Brianna's death. Now, in a news conference yesterday in Austin, the police department there saying that they found a suicide note and other evidence indicating self-harm. Her mother, though, has been refusing those claims, accusing Austin police of ignoring key evidence and saying that there was no way that her daughter would have taken her own life.
So she has been responding to public comments on Facebook saying that she believes there is a cover-up here.
And this can all be, of course, very hard to hear when we talk about these topics, but we want you to know that if someone that you know is struggling, you are not alone. You can reach out the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline by calling or texting the 3-digit number right there, 988, or using the chat box at 988lifeline.org. And again, you can also text MHA to 741-741 to reach the crisis text line. Well, this morning, more trouble for the teen accused of accidentally shooting and killing his 8-year-old brother over the summer. The teen will be detained and have another hearing on December 18th.
And if you remember, the 13-year-old was handling a gun with friends in July when it went off and hit his brother, Daniel Caceres, who died. Now, the teen was charged with manslaughter for that. And when the teen was back in court yesterday for violating 2 conditions of his release, Judge William Cruz Shaw didn't hold back. As for the manslaughter case, a hearing is expected on that in January. Now we are learning more about a federal raid at a Northside club where more than 140 people were taken into custody. The
Texas Department of Public Safety, Texas DPS, sent us a portion of a report detailing what happened. And according to DPS records, agents found cocaine, MDMA, marijuana, cash, and 3 handguns during that raid. Now, last week, federal agents said that 51 of those people, those individuals, had links to the Venezuelan gang called Tren de Aragua. The warrant says that several of those suspected gang members were believed to be selling drugs at that club. And it's just been over 24 hours since Senate Bill 8, also known as the bathroom bill, went into effect across the state of Texas. It requires people in certain facilities to use the bathroom according to the sex that they were assigned at birth. And again, we've been covering how this is all affecting our local universities. And now we're taking a different look, looking at how this will impact domestic violence shelters.
Well, the Bexar County Battered Women and Children's Shelter is one of 90 in the state that gets funding from the Texas Health and Human Services Commission, which means they are required to comply with Senate Bill 8. It is something that they already do since they don't just serve women. Now, the bill refers to shelters meant just for women. The shelter in San Antonio protects women, children, and men suffering from abuse. The shelter director tells us that men are not housed within the main shelter.
Maybe in a separate room on site. They may be in our cottages, which are transitional housing rooms on our site, but not within the shelter itself. There's also the opportunity to partner with local hotels.
So we checked in with other local shelters in our region. A lot of them receive this type of funding. Many, like the Safer Path Family Violence Shelter in Pleasanton down south, also don't just serve women, so their rooms and bathrooms are already separated by gender.
Well, other smaller spaces like the Crisis Center of Comal County said they would make rooming adjustments for the next few months before their new, bigger shelter opens with private bathrooms. Well, a CDC vaccine advisory panel has delayed a key vote on whether to change guidelines for giving the hepatitis B vaccine to newborns.
So the debate here is centering on whether newborns should still get the vaccine right away, even if the mother tests negative, and whether more data is needed on dosing or timing. That decision is now pushed to later on this morning after what members are calling a long, contentious meeting full of misinformation and conflict. So for context, hepatitis B infections in children have dropped 99% since newborn vaccinations started back in 1991.
Here's today's 9 at 9. On Capitol Hill, Navy Admiral Frank Mitch Bradley faced a series of classified briefings and is pushing back against claims that Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth issued a kill them all order. So this comes after a video showed U.S. forces striking an alleged drug boat in the Caribbean and killing 2 survivors.
Well, the U.S. Supreme Court says that Texas can hold next year's elections using this new redistricting map that is favoring Republicans. So this all comes after a lower court said the map might discriminate against voters based on race. But the state of Texas asked for a quick decision because qualifying has already started and that primary is already around the corner, set for March.
Well, the FBI has arrested a man suspected of planting pipe bombs in Washington, D.C. the night before the 2021 riot at the U.S. Capitol. The suspect, identified as Brian Cole Jr. of Woodbridge, Virginia. Now, the arrest follows a nearly 5-year investigation into the person seen in this grainy surveillance video.
And this morning, GOP lawmakers are divided over whether to extend the Enhanced Affordable Care Act premium subsidies. According to a new poll this morning, 72% of Republicans enrolled in Obamacare don't want the beefed up subsidies to lapse. The same is true of 95% of the Democratic enrollees and 84% of independents. The Senate is expected to vote as early as next week on the fate of the ACA.
And price hikes are expected for items like smartphones, smartwatches, and tablets thanks to the AI boom. Analysts say that memory costs are heading upward because manufacturers are boosting production for AI data centers. The average price for a smartphone is expected to rise $465 next year.
Ouch. Okay, well, the end of EV tax credits has put the brakes this morning on electric vehicle sales for a lot of car makers out there. Ford, the latest to reports to say that sales of its electric cars and trucks fell 61% last month compared to just a year ago. Ford sales overall were down slightly.
Netflix is expanding its reach. So the streaming giant announced that it has reached a deal to buy Warner Brothers Discovery. The total price tag, $72 billion. Wow, the combination of Netflix, HBO, and Warner Brothers will need a deep regulatory review in several countries, including here in the U.S.
What does this mean for our streaming? That's what I want to know.
We're broke.
Pretty much. Microsoft, they're going to increase the price of its commercial office subscriptions next summer. The company says the update here is going to reflect increased competition from Google in recent years. Microsoft 365 tiers will all go up on average a few dollars a month depending on the size of the business and product bundle.
Well, a GameStop customer from Grapevine is now $30,000 richer after trading in a rare Pokemon card. So the card was a PSA grade 10 Holo Gen card. Is that the way?
Holo
Holo.
Gen,
Oh,
yeah,
like,
Holo.
oh, okay.
Holo, yes.
Hologram. Okay.
Hologram.
I was like, Halo? Okay, sorry, I don't collect. And had a fair market value of nearly $34,000. So the retailer said that this is the most valuable single trade-in ever recorded in GameStop history. Well, maybe I should learn about these cards.
I was going to
and
say,
make some
Steph,
money.
I thought this whole time you're out there
Hustling
dealing
Pokemon
cards.
No, I just know Pikachu,
Yeah.
the little yellow one.
Yeah, Pikachu.
The cute one.
It's big business, though. I know getting those cards great, especially in the sports trading card
Yes,
business, also
yes.
big business as well.
All right, well, I'm not making money in that department, no. Time now is 9:09 and we're at 46 degrees for now. You're watching GMSA at 9.
All right, coming up in just a little bit, the San Antonio Marathon kicking off later on tonight. What you need to know before you head out if you're near the area. And of course, we're going to be talking about all the routes and all those runners participating.
Plus an announcement from the Texas Cavaliers. We're going to tell you about next year's Grand Marshal and the parade's theme.
Got Steph moving.
Yeah, like we're back in Fiesta.
Here we go. We're always in Fiesta mode.
Right. Well, here are the Texas Cavaliers, and they are always ready for Fiesta as well. So local teachers, Leon McNeil and his wife, Letitia, will be grand marshals at next year's River Parade. So Leon and Letitia are the founders of the local nonprofit City Kids Adventures, an organization where kids, no matter their family's income, can experience wildlife activities.
All right, love that. Well, Leon says that his nonprofit was inspired by a camping trip that he took when he was much younger. The parade's theme will be through the decades, and check out the medal right there, which will highlight cultural moments of the last century. The 81st Texas Cavaliers River Parade scheduled for Monday, April 20th, and we, of course, are your Fiesta station here at KSAT 12.
Yeah, already excited about that month. Well, the San Antonio Marathon, of course, starts, well, Marathon weekend, I should say, start today because we start with the 5K. It's going to go through all the weekend, and there's a lot of excitement around the city. So starting off this evening with the 5K, then we're going to have the marathon and the half marathon taking place on Sunday. So all three races, we're talking about the 5K today and the half and full marathon on Sunday, they are completely sold out. And San Antonio Sports says more than 18,500 people signed up to participate. All participants must pick up their race packets at the San Antonio Marathon Health and Fitness Expo. That's today and tomorrow, located at the Henry B. Gonzalez Convention Center.
Yeah, and that's a pretty cool also, right? You pick up your packet, you get ready to go.
Yeah.
Runners must pick up those packets and provide a photo ID there as well. There will also be vendors with running tech, apparel, nutrition, and interactive experiences. The expo is free and open to anyone from this noon to 7 p.m. Also tomorrow, 9 o'clock to 5 p.m. Pretty cool stuff. And if you're not running in the race, roads will be busy because we're going to have a lot of closures. I know you just saw some of those maps out there. It's a lot to get into. You can scan the QR code on your screen right there for more information on those closures. ahead of the schedule. We also have the full schedule there for anyone that's going to be headed out.
And for your San Antonio Marathon guide, you can scan that QR code on your screen right now. On our website, you're going to find the information on the race events taking place, as well as the road closures and a weather forecast. And also a shout out to our KSAT team who will be running out there. Let's see, I have the names. I want to get everybody.
She did. Made a point of getting the names.
Caitlin, where are the names? What did I do with them?
Well, it's definitely you. We know that.
I'm ready. Okay, so Miss Ayel, myself, Ian's running.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Rebecca,
part of our
Salinas,
production crew.
Alyssa.
Nice.
Colton.
Yeah. Okay.
And,
one of our nightside managers. Okay.
Yes,
Colton
yes.
Parker.
And I'm missing a couple.
Shout out to my Bobcat, my Texas State Bobcat.
Jen. That's right, Jen from SA Live.
Oh, nice.
And then who else?
Rocky.
Rocky. Okay, I didn't say Rocky. I thought I started with him. Well, I think I wrote his name first, but I couldn't find my list. But yeah, good luck to everybody headed out there today and over the weekend.
I will be cheering you guys from the sidelines.
Yeah, me too.
Sending good vibes to not only the KSAT crew, but all the runners.
We'll take them.
Yeah.
We'll take them.
Are you carb loading?
I will. I haven't been.
That's what you're supposed to do, right?
Yeah, we are supposed to do that. I think I will probably, because after the 5K, I'll probably be ready for some good carbs.
True. You got to do the 5K first. That's your warm-up, and you'll be ready to go. We do have a forecast for the marathon coming up here in just a few minutes, but I want to start here with the big picture and why we're seeing so much cloud cover. Well, it's a conveyor belt of moisture coming in from the Pacific. We have an area of low pressure out here. There is a good amount of upper-level moisture streaming over Texas, and we've been seeing some of that. So it's kind of interesting. We get moisture that falls from way up in the atmosphere, and then it falls down through some drier air. And, you know, a lot of it doesn't really make it to the ground. Some of it does, but that's why the rain was so very light this morning. You really didn't see wet roads or anything like that. It was just sort of a light, sprinkly type thing. And that's what we've been dealing with most of the morning. Now, this conveyor belt of moisture will eventually move away as that little area of low pressure kind of falls apart and gets stretched out. But at the moment, we still have quite a bit of cloud cover. And there still are a few showers down there around Beeville and Victoria, but the rain, for the most part, has ended here in San Antonio. And I don't think we're going to see much in the way of rain for the rest of today. So it'll just be these clouds. And we could even see a few breaks in these clouds. Some sun could try to peek through from time to time today. But in general, a mostly cloudy day is what you can expect. And temperatures have been chilly. 46 at the airport right now. 46 in Converse, 46 Stinson, 46 right now in Forestville, 43 up there in Comfort. And there's been a little bit of a breeze too, so that means there's somewhat of a wind chill. Now, high temperatures today, very dependent on whether or not we see sun, but with the idea in mind that we'll see a lot of cloud cover and very little sun, that would put temperatures in the mid-50s, only warming about 8 or 9 degrees or so. So 55 is what we're shooting for this afternoon. 54 Bulverde, 56 for a high in Bernie, and it will be chilly this evening too if you're planning on being out and about. Now, when do these clouds go away? I think it will take probably until tomorrow morning. We'll still see these high clouds streaming through, maybe even as through 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock. But after that, skies should try to clear quite a bit. And by tomorrow afternoon, we're looking at sun and warmer temperatures. It will turn into a really nice weekend. For the 5K run tonight, temperatures will be in the 50s, mostly cloudy. That, of course, is at 7 p.m. Winds will be light and variable. For the half and full marathon, that's at 7:15 a.m. on Sunday. Winds will be out of the west-northwest 10 to 15, but the temperatures will be perfect. All in all, I think this is about as good as it gets for the San Antonio Marathon. So glad to see that the weather is cooperating. And by tomorrow afternoon, we'll be all the way up to 73 for a high. So those are those warmer temperatures. Sun will be out. Again, just a gorgeous weekend. I know it doesn't seem like it would be that way, but it is going to be. Drought monitor came in yesterday, still shows we're in extreme drought. I mean, you know this. This has not changed for the better part of 3 or 4 years now. Feels like, anyway. We don't have a lot of rain in the forecast. Precipitation outlook as we get into the middle part of the middle part of the month, I should say. This brown color represents a lower probability of, or higher probability, I should say, of seeing below average rainfall. Basically, it's going to be dry. And we can see that here in the extended forecast. 73 Saturday, 71 Sunday. We do get a weak front on Sunday, but other than kicking up the winds and lowering temperatures just a hair on Monday, really doesn't do much for us. We get another one late in the week too, but 60s and 70s next week. All looks good.
Nice. A little break from kind of like yesterday's weather, I guess.
Yes, yesterday was kind of icky. This morning's been kind of icky, but the weekend's going to be fantastic.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Justin.
All right, thank you very much for that, Justin. Coming up on GMSA at 9 o'clock, we're going to give you a look at some of the top holiday scams to watch out for and tips to keep your wallet and personal information safe during the most wonderful time of the year.
Scammers don't suddenly take a break to spread joy during the holiday season, so here are some scams to watch out for. If you're thinking about adding a furry friend to your family, don't get ripped off in a puppy scam.
That's horrible. And told us that we had to pay $150 more just to go up there and have the dog delivered to our house. And I'm like, that's not happening.
Experts with the Better Business Bureau say that's a red flag.
They start tacking on more charges for a heated crate or for transportation.
Before sending money, research the breeder and read the reviews. Also, don't let Scrooge drain your gift cards. This is when someone steals the card's information before it's sold and takes the money once the card is activated. So buy cards directly from the retailer and always get the receipt. If you received gift cards, treat them like cash and spend them as soon as possible. Also, be careful when scrolling and shopping on social media. A little research on the retailer could save you a lot of money.
A lot of times we get these reports after the holidays because they didn't receive the item, or they received the wrong item and can't return it, or their credit card was charged more than they thought.
All right, coming up on 9:30 on your Friday morning, while the holidays may be not so jolly for people caught up in a local crackdown that is known as Operation Police Navidad. For weeks, the Bexar County Sheriff's Office has been targeting crimes including prostitution, drugs, and gangs.
And our Katrina Weber shows us how this undercover operation played out in plain sight.
We can't show you his face or tell you his name, but this Bexar County Sheriff's detective is part of a team targeting crimes out on the streets.
Looking for any hand-to-hand transactions, narcotic activity, any other prostitution.
We rode along as he acted as eyes of the operation known as Police Navidad. He's watching for locations where drugs might be sold.
Car wash or gas station or stuff like that, and people just flock to it and you see it.
And keeping an eye out for those trying to buy sex.
There was a complaint of activity going on here, and even though it's in the city of San Antonio city limits, we will still get involved.
The sheriff's office started this crackdown weeks ago and has made arrests all over town, including these men accused of soliciting prostitution. On this day, undercover female detectives play the role along Austin Highway, working through the rain and cold. But nearby is a whole team waiting to swoop in when things get hot.
It's really important for the guys that are providing cover and monitoring them to be reactive.
The day, though, gets off to a slow start. These operations are definitely unpredictable. Some days they can hit pay dirt, while on others, something as simple as the weather, like the rain we're having, can interfere. After more than 2 hours, an interaction with the female undercovers leads to the first arrest.
This gentleman here approached one of them, and they made a deal on him for sex for $50.
Once driving a company truck, he's loaded into a sheriff's van for a ride to jail. Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Well, in your morning headlines, a top official at the Air Force Language School at JBSA Lackland has resigned after social media posts linked to him calls for violence against Muslim protesters in the UK. Randall Conrad, who held a leadership role at the Defense Language Institute, stepped down last month.
The Air Force confirmed his resignation but did not share why. The posts, which are now deleted, urged firing a machine gun into a crowd of protesters. Well, 3 weeks after the government shutdown ended, many people here in San Antonio still feeling the impact. So our KSAT anchor Stefania Jimenez spoke with the representatives from the San Antonio Food Bank and also Parenting Plus, who said demand for their services has not returned to pre-shutdown levels, meaning it's up to them to fill the gap and meet that demand.
We would estimate that maybe in January we might see a little bit more relief, but the fact is the water rises, the need rises, and then it slowly goes down and oftentimes doesn't go back to that initial watermark.
Well, here's some data that the food bank gave us, and that was CEO Eric Cooper. Towards the beginning of the summer, it fed about 105,000 people every week. Then that number increased to 120,000. And when the government shutdown happened, that number peaked at 170,000. But even now, those numbers have not gone down to what they were before the government shutdown.
So the QR code on your screen will direct you to our website, where we also have the story along with links for you to donate to the food bank and also Parenting Plus. Well, could $1,000 be given to all newborn babies in Texas? That's an idea that Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick is proposing. He believes there should be a state program to invest $1,000 in the stock market for every baby born in Texas. This is being modeled off a federal plan created as part of President Donald Trump's tax and spending legislation.
So he calls it the new Little Texan Savings Fund and says that it would cost about $400 million a year, which is actually less than 1% of the state's current two-year budget. Right now, the measure is being proposed to be discussed during the 2027 legislative session.
Look out there with live cam this morning. Yeah, chilly, 46 degrees, but looking a lot better than, I guess, when I stepped out of the house.
Yeah, we had light showers and stuff for much of the morning. Those have since dissipated, so now it's just kind of cloudy, and we'll continue to see some pretty cloudy skies today, but the rain's over with, and temperatures still chilly right now, 46. So let me show you the pollen count. Per usual, we usually show it about this time every morning, and it's not so bad. Molds are low at 220. Despite the rainfall, we never saw molds really kick up, so that is good news. And as we look at temperatures across the state, 46 here in San Antonio right now, goes all the way down to 29 in Amarillo. That's going to be your cold spot, and even Brownsville cooled down finally, 55 down there. But it's chilly across not only the state but a large portion of the country. Your weekend, though, shows a significant warm-up. 73 Saturday, mostly sunny and nice. We do start off in the 40s tomorrow morning, but we end up in the low 70s. Breezy on Sunday, 71. Still nice. It's still nice for much of next week, guys.
Thank you, Justin. And with the temperatures dropping, San Antonio Fire Department reminded everyone to use space heaters safely. So the fire department is saying that in the last 5 years, space heaters have started several fires in the city, killing at least 2 people. Now, fire officials say that most of those deadly fires happen while people are asleep.
And the biggest reminders from SAFD: plug heaters directly into a wall outlet, not a surge protector. Make sure that there's nothing flammable within 3 to 6 feet. And when you're shopping for one of these, look for safety labels like UL or Intertech.
So that's just what you want to look for, because that just means that this manufacturer has gone through the steps to ensure that this one is safe.
That was Joe Arrington with the San Antonio Fire Department. He also said to check for a tip-over shutoff switch on the bottom. And most importantly, he says never to sleep with a space heater on. All right, taking a look at your traffic authority, 9:36 right now, and traffic is looking good. I kind of said earlier, I wonder if some of our folks are just kind of saving their energy for later on tonight and the half and full marathons. So another reminder, we're going to have all the information on closures, KSAT.com. Basically, the downtown area tonight from about 7, maybe even before that, 6 to about 9 o'clock at night. Be careful with that. And then Sunday, mostly downtown, north to the Pearl, over to Monte Vista, Alamo Heights, Olmos Park. It's going to be very busy, Steph. But yes, we have all this information on closures on KSAT.com. Okay, so we know a lot of people are counting the days to Christmas, but check out this calendar that we put together right there. It is basically showing us the holiday construction calendar. And if you're making shopping or dining plans, again, for Christmas or the New Year's around the rim at La Cantera, TxDOT released its holiday closure schedule for drivers on the northwest side. And all that green means that things are going to be looking pretty good. I met with TxDOT spokesperson Jennifer Serold, who told me that this weekend will be the last weekend for major closures. Both lanes of I-10, both directions, will be closed starting tonight through the weekend, but after Monday morning, drivers will be able to get through the interchange with no major construction concerns.
After this weekend, we will just have nightly closures for the next week and a half. And another way we're being flexible with the businesses is that those nightly closures will start at 11 p.m. instead of 9 p.m. Those major closures are coming towards an end since we have opened 7 of the 8 flyovers here at the interchange.
Okay, so we were out there earlier. This is new video of some of the construction out there on the northwest side. And again, TxDOT says they hope to open that 8th flyover by the middle of next year, and that'll be over by the Topgolf and the Andretti's racetrack.
Well, the city of San Antonio has launched a new tool that lets you check out what parts of the city have the most crashes. You can also look at the risk by neighborhood, council district, or even by street. It's called High Injury Network Dashboard, and you can scan the QR code. That should be on your screen. If not, you can go to KSAT.com. Also for a link to the online tool. The interactive dashboard is part of a $1.2 million campaign called Keep Crossing Safe. It's a campaign aimed at eliminating traffic deaths and also injuries.
Okay, the time now is at 9:38, and we're looking at 46 degrees outside. You're watching GMSA at 9.
Well, 7 hospitals and still no cure or answers for one local girl who faces up to 200 seizures every day. It is heartbreaking for her parents, especially as the holidays approach, and coming up why they are sharing her story and what they hope comes out of it. Hi, welcome back. It's 9:42. Well, 7 different hospitals and no cure or answers in sight for this little warrior that you see here on your screen, who suffers upwards of 200 seizures every day on average.
Yeah, it's painful for her parents going into the holiday season, having to watch their beautiful baby girl fight every second of every day. But they tell KSAT's Japhanie Gray that they hope that sharing her story will bring awareness and strength to other families that may be dealing with impossible situations like this.
Okay, it's okay. He said, "I'm sorry. There's nothing else we can do here."
A grim reality Derek Calloway and Michelle Cruz have faced every single day for 2.5 years since their daughter was born. Little Presley here has spent most of her life hooked up to machines in hospitals with a mitochondrial disorder so rare she is one of 32 in the world and the only one in Texas who has it.
She has 2 huge lesions in the middle of her brain and the back that causes her to have all of these seizures and not be able to see. She has no muscle tone or memory. She's like a brand new baby.
Test after tests, doctors finally figured it to be pontocerebellar hypoplasia type 6. Sadly, out of the 11 types, Presley's is terminal.
There's no textbook that we can go to read about this. You know, she's writing the book as we go.
Presley requires specialized palliative care offered here at University Health, where the family has been living for weeks.
She's very tough. She fights every day.
Which is why the family is hopeful.
They told us that she wouldn't see 6 months old. She's 2.5 now.
And each day is a new blessing.
As her mama speaks, she'll smile. She has her eyes open today.
Calloway says life has been hard. He's had to leave his job, leave their home in McAllen, and have been barely living off of donations. But despite all of that hardship and pain, his only ask for the community is for prayers.
The testimony that she's living and breathing every day should give anybody the strength and the faith that they need.
Well, Mr. Calloway says the plan is to officially relocate from McAllen to San Antonio to be closer to the best care that they've received for Presley. They are praying that every single detail being learned about her condition from day to day will ultimately lead to a cure should another family walk in their shoes. That's right, and that was Japhanie Gray bringing us this story. To learn more about Presley's journey, all you need to do is type Presley's Fight at KSAT.com. And before we get to weather, our hearts go out to the San Antonio Zoo this morning. They did announce yesterday on social media that Kevin the duck has passed away. Now, if you remember, we used to often take a zoo cam during the 9 o'clock show and check in with the hippos at the zoo, only to sometimes find that little guy there, Kevin. No hippos all the time, but we would definitely catch Kevin. Yeah, and the San Antonio Zoo says that Kevin, the wild mallard, lived a full life with the average lifespan of a wild mallard, which is about 5 to 10 years. He passed at the age of 8, and of course, he was known for, quote, always crashing the hippo experiences and often stealing the spotlight. And both Timothy and Uma, those are the hippos, happily accepted him into their space. Oh, I'm sure they noticed. They were family. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Look at Kevin. Always there. He was not camera shy, for sure. No, he wasn't. He was a star.
I think they were buddies.
Yeah, I think so too. Out. He was always there.
Yeah.
Swap some stories. Yeah, so shout out to the San Antonio Zoo. I know that Kevin was a big part of the hippo experience there.
Yeah, he was.
Saw him quite often here at the
Yeah.
Night Show. Okay, let's jump into the forecast here, and I want to show you a picture from Skywatcher Oscar, who always gives us a lot of pictures to show here on the 9 a.m. show. And he says, happy Christmas, happy Christmas-or to all those who celebrate. Yes, the dinosaur there, I like that. A lot of good decorations across the city this year, I'm noticing. I've done a horrible job. I have not yet put my lights up, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it this weekend. But this is a great work. Whomever's house that is, I'm not sure if that's Oscar's or not, but I love the picture there. And let's take a look at temperatures across the country. It is cold for a large portion of the United States. That cold air has dipped all the way down into deep South Texas now. And this looks a lot like the map we showed you earlier this week, where most of the nation was in the icebox, with the one exception being Florida. Tampa and Miami, still very warm. Those cold fronts haven't made it down there. So that remains kind of the one warm spot, if you will. Outside, we are seeing some blue skies starting to show through. I don't know that we'll see a lot of that today, but it should help temperatures a little bit. We'll go from mid-40s probably to the mid-50s this afternoon. 46 right now in San Antonio, 45 in New Braunfels, 43 Bernie, and there is still a bit of a breeze, although it's very, very light, so wind chills haven't been much of an issue. Forecast for today, very, very small chance for a shower over the next hour maybe, but really it's just going to be mostly cloudy. Temperatures will be up around 55 for high, as we said. And as we look at the authority radar, the rain is pretty much ended. We're still seeing some light returns. I mean, these are sprinkles, really, down towards Pleasanton and further south. But I think by and large here in San Antonio, we're done with the rain. And you see the futurecast here. Skies may try to thin, or those clouds, those high clouds may try to thin a little bit. But all in all, I think that we're still going to see mostly cloudy skies through probably tomorrow morning, and then eventually these high clouds will start to shift away, and we'll get clearer skies by tomorrow with quite a bit of sun in the forecast, which will help temperatures quite a bit. Here's a look at the bigger picture as we look at the upper level winds. This low, which has been out of the Pacific, has been providing that Pacific moisture for us, allowing it to stream across South Texas and giving us our small rain chances. Now it kind of fades away, really goes away. And we get this setup across the country where the jet stream kind of cuts the country in half. You go north of that, it will be cold. You're talking Great Lakes, Northeast here, cold, wintry type weather. Further south, warm. And that really is from California down to roughly Florida. But most of Texas is going to be in the warm sector here. And that means that our temperatures are going to be above average. At least that's what we're expecting. So 73 tomorrow, 71 Sunday for the marathon. Again, it may be a bit breezy for our runners, but should not be much of a problem. 62 on Monday. Notice we start off at 40, so it is going to be chilly Monday morning behind that cold front. 37 Tuesday morning. That'll be our coldest morning, and then up to 66. We do rebound back into the 70s Wednesday and Thursday, and we get another front Friday. But the problem with these fronts, with the, not counting this last one, is that we're not getting rain with these fronts, and we need the rain. I know it's days like yesterday aren't so nice, but we need to get rain in our rain gauge, because it looks like we're going to finish the year with a deficit, and that would be like the third or fourth year in a row here where we're just struggling to get the rain that we need.
Well, hopefully we'll get some rain, but I'll take the wind behind me for now.
Yes.
Maybe it'll help.
And good luck to you, by the way. I know you're going to do awesome.
Thank you, Justin.
Yep.
All right. Yes.
Also, Jen.
Speaking of Jen, let's head over to our friends at SA Live. I know Jen is getting ready to go marathon, and there's a lot of talk in the newsroom about these wrapped music lists, Jen. I know that's a big topic of conversation.
Yeah, and it does help you too when you're running, right? You got to have that right song. So I saw you guys on KSAT on Instagram, I believe. People were sharing, some of the talent was sharing that. So I wanted to know, we're asking everybody at home, but also for you guys, what is at the top of your wrapped list for 2025? I had to find out what that meant, by the way, this morning. What is a wrapped list?
Well, I got an email because I have Apple Music, and so mine was kind of mine, but also my daughter's, because she's in the car on Apple Music, and so it was SZA. SZA was my artist.
Oh, okay, SZA.
Yeah, mine. Because I have Amazon Music, but it showed Kendrick Lamar for mine. And I think it's because like after the Super Bowl, I was listening to a bunch of the Kendrick Lamar stuff.
Yeah, I had a very random one, but it makes sense. Grupo Frontera, so I guess I was on a Tejano kick or something. Also had Bad Bunny. I know Bad Bunny was one of the top, and Kendrick Lamar. Those were some like top
I'm picturing
ones.
all of you guys in your car now, like just jamming to your music. Perfect. Well, yes, I want you guys at home to weigh in, scan the QR code, and let us know. This is great. I love hearing what people are listening to. We'll see you guys in a bit. Now, we've got some celebrities on the show today, and we are real excited. All of you Scream fans, okay, a reunion with two of the stars, and we're talking Five Nights at Freddy's 2. And my kids are excited. My kids are so excited about this movie, so we are going to chat with them in a bit. Stay tuned for that one. Also, a big giveaway for you SA Live viewers, Trans-Siberian Orchestra. If you have not been to this, it is amazing, and we have a ticket giveaway, so stick around to find out details on how you can win big. And we are showing a beautiful mural that just finished over at Murals. We have the artist in the house with us today, one of the artists, and of course it's a special tribute to Sylvia Lariano, known as the Spurs Lady. Also, we have for you, we've talked pies for Thanksgiving, but we're not done. Diana is joining us from Dawn Strange of Texas.
Hello.
What are we making with you today?
We are making one of our family recipes of our pecan pie, but we're kicking it up a little bit for the holidays. We're adding some bourbon whiskey in there and some chocolate chips. And we've got a fun tip for you. And I know people, I can't make the crust look pretty, but look what I found. These are so easy to do.
Okay.
And anyone can do it. So, of course, you just roll out your favorite pie crust, put it in this little mold here, and even the kids could help you with this. And voila, you just, bam, look at that. And then just brush some little water on there and then adhere it to it, and you're ready to go. And look what a beautiful pie.
So pretty. All right, we're going to share the full
tip.
recipes, and we also have a WWE star on the show. Stay with us.